Welcome back to Held Captive Media, folks. We're here to talk all things in movies, TV shows, streaming, sometimes comic books, depending, although that's not today, because today we're talking about Bring It On. Now, Lacey, you're a girl, I guess. I mean, that's the differentiator, right?
I guess.
Unfortunately, we're dumb cis white men,
Rah.
so we don't know. What are your thoughts when I say the words "Bring It On"? What comes to mind?
My childhood. Growing up, I liked this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Clovers come to mind. Cheering, drama, that whole thing.
Yeah, like cheering, the drama,
Competition,
the competitive aspect.
Heck yeah.
So many movies echoed it after. You saw movies like Dodgeball and Fired Up kind of wrangle after the success of those movies with the competition aspect. Even Drumline, I think, owes a little bit.
I also love Drumline, man.
I don't, but that's okay. So you hear all that, and that's what comes to mind. Quotable things from the movies, stuff like that. Very much teenage girl zeitgeist, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so this story right here from MovieWeb might be interesting for you then. New images for Sci-Fi's Bring It On, Cheer or Die have been released. The 7th installment in the long-running franchise will be a horror slasher movie in the vein of Halloween, which is what it previously was subtitled, actually. Previously, the franchise dipped its toe into the genre with the opening nightmare sequence, which is a staple in the franchise, of Bring It On, In It to Win It. Now, it seems that a small part of one installment has inspired the entire new entry of the film.
Wait. Sci-Fi is making this
On
film?
Saturday, guys, this Saturday at 9/8 Central, or maybe it's EDT. Don't quote me on the time. But on Sci-Fi, you can watch the release of Bring It On, Cheer or Die. What? A new horror film that has been added to the Bring It On extended universe.
That's wild and is
I was like,
not what the original
You're like, oh my
was.
God, he's finally not doing a horror story. LOL! Right here, Bring It On, horror movie.
I was like, why would we possibly, like, that's
We
not.
review
Why
other
would we
movies.
possibly?
We review other movies.
Please check out our Mission Hill video, thank you. Or actually, our Camp Rock video is good.
We do more than horror, so I was expecting a normal Bring It On movie, and this
See,
has a twist.
I'm like, a lot of our hits are horror comic books and childhood memories. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the childhood memory thing. Nope.
2 out of 3.
We're in with horror. Let's go.
2 out of 3, baby.
Wow, I don't know
That's
how
a good story.
I feel about this now.
So there's a couple of things I think about it.
So you said that there was one of the movies started with a nightmare sequence?
So yeah, and the nightmare sequence I'm actually using for the thumbnail. I already made the thumbnail for this video. I'll show it to you guys later. But it basically is this nightmare sequence, and then at the end of it, she's like naked and like covering herself with pom-poms, like scared. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's bringing back memories. It's been a while since I've seen like any of these films.
I believe that was Kirsten Dunst, I think. But I could be wrong.
I'm still trying to figure out if this series is the one where it was like the skater girl or something, and then they were forcing her to do. No, I think that was gymnastics. I can't remember. All of them blur together for me. But
are you talking about the one where she's ice skating? Because that's not really relevant. This is Bring It On. All right, Bring It On, Cheer or Die, which is a ridiculous title, and I'm in love with it.
I know your sister probably watched this movie.
She did. She watched a bunch of those movies. So
yeah, no, people love these movies. I mean, it's like, I won't even know the quote because I don't know it, because I cannot know every movie. It's just the facts. But I'll hear people quote this movie and be like, what the fuck's that? I've heard like a million people say that, oh, it's from Bring It On. People love these movies. They're even implemented in other cheerleading movies and referenced. When Hayden Panettiere was on Heroes, all anybody talked about was Bring It On and reference save the cheerleader, save the world, and then they would tag a fucking Bring It On quote at the end.
I feel like it's the OG of cheerleading movies. Like,
it is.
It is the original. Like everybody, well, my generation who are girls knows this movie.
So what are your thoughts on them taking this beloved franchise that tends to be on the softer side of things and making it a brutal horror film?
I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't.
Let the record show Sci-Fi is the one putting it out.
Know,
so I don't know how brutal it's going to be.
For the record, Sci-Fi can put out some brutal shit. And by the way, anybody murdered in a Bring It On movie is pretty brutal.
Fair.
I love sci-fi movies, but I don't know how I feel about them taking Bring It On.
Well, it's
doing
also one of
something with it.
your
I don't
favorite
know.
movies is Sharknado. So like,
It is. It truly is. It
No,
is.
I have a feeling, and we'll know for sure soon enough, that this movie's going to be terrible. But like, how great would it be if it was terrible?
But I would expect it to be terrible.
That's what's going to be awesome, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I want. And also, like, not to be mean.
I might just have to put away the rest of the franchise for this movie. If it was just some other random cheerleading sci-fi
They've just
movie.
made so many Bring It Ons at this point.
I
mean,
just remember the first one.
how many could you look up how many Bring It On sequels there are? There's got to be at least 4.
I feel like it's Bring It On, All or Nothing.
Bring It On, In It to Win It, I know is one
I
because
think
I
All
read
or
that.
Nothing is one too.
So All or Nothing, In It to Win It. Oh my God.
Make sure we're right.
okay, so I just pulled up Bring It On series in order. Bring It On again. Bring It On, All or Nothing. Bring It On, In It to Win It. Bring It On, Fight to the Finish. Bring It On, Worldwide #Cheers.
There's a lot more than
Cheers
what I
Mac?
remember.
What the fuck?
So yeah, so there's more. So there's so many Bring It Ons. It's such a tired franchise at this point. No offense, to Bring It On fans. You make 6 movies, it's going to get a little tiring. So I like the fact that they're making a deviation, and if it ends up actually being kind of good, it could be like a cult classic kind of thing. Like, did you ever see that fucking horror Bring It On movie?
Yeah.
That shit was bananas.
I just want to know how the licensing event happened. Like when they were
I'm pretty
pitching
sure
ideas
that
for it.
it was the popularity of the scene virally.
Yeah.
Like there was a nightmare scene in one of the movies that became wildly popular online.
One of the producers was just like,
And somebody was like,
this.
Let's do that. But let's just do the
Yeah.
whole thing. I'm excited for it. You know, I'm always excited for new horror. I like when people will play into the campiness, maybe do something a little insane with pre-existing.
yeah. I was
IP.
not going to watch original, like any of the past 6 Bring It On, or I guess
have
past
to watch
5.
the first
but-
one.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you needed the continuity of all 6 to get this one?
Otherwise,
You're like,
none
I
of the
gotta watch
references are
Bring
gonna
It
make
On,
sense.
hashtag fucking watch this
No,
or
I
whatever.
think you should at least watch the first one so you know what they're basing it on.
Okay.
The rest of them, you don't really have to watch.
So
the
we'll
first
do
one.
we'll do a double feature episode when we review those.
I have a feeling that this new one probably won't be good though, so there's no need to review it, but we can review Bring It On. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll just at the end be like, by the way, the new one sucked. Moving on. But hey, maybe
We
I'm
could
wrong.
be surprised. We could be
I mean,
surprised.
I've been surprised before.
And
so-
some things that are so bad are so good, like Sharknado.
Sharknado.
So bad,
The
but I
Room.
love it.
The Room.
I have other opinions about that.
You don't think The Room's funny?
Oh,
You know
no.
what? That's a longer conversation.
You're tearing me apart, Lissy.
No. Let's calm down with that. All right. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think of Bring It On, Cheer or Die, and whether you're excited for it. Were you somebody who grew up with the original franchise? I know there's plenty of people out there that love those original movies. They love Bring It On. It's like their favorite. How do you feel about them taking your comfort movie and shoving a horror plot into it? Let's find out. Oh, and make sure to like and subscribe and leave comments about what you think about this story coming up or whether we should continue with a Bring It On series, so to speak. Because trust me, if enough of you will come, we'll make it happen. If you build it, they'll come.
Yeah.
As they say in a movie that I'm referencing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.